we got a lot to prove yet. We need competition, we need depth, we need leadership, we need hard, tough football players.
Go, go, go. That's it. Good. Go back or go. Go back or go. Stop. Go, go, go. Stop. There you go. We're getting close, man. We're getting close. Here we go. Here we go, man. Here we go.
We have made progress. We laid a foundation, and now it's up to us to continue to stack days together, get some momentum, and go to training camp and get ready for the regular season.
So we're going to talk about a team that did not make the playoffs a season ago, but this year they have some high hopes, some big aspirations when it comes to that second season. So, guys, I apologize, but we're going to start with the Hall of Famer over here, Rod. Which team is going to go from ashy to classy this season?
You know what? When I look at the teams that didn't make it, teams that could have been on the cusp, you know, I look at the Oakland Raiders, and because 2 years ago they were 12-4, and Derek Carr, led by Derek Carr. Derek Carr threw for 28 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. And last year, the team was 6-10. He threw for 13 interceptions. That's not who Derek Carr is. So I really believe he's going to lead the Catalyst back. They're going to be the same, you know, silver and black, and they get in. Maybe not winning the West, but getting in, sneaking in with a wild card.
Okay, that late injury 2 years ago to Derek Carr, certainly a stumbling block for the Oakland Raiders. All right, MJD, I think I know which way you're going, but I could be wrong. Who you got for
it? So when we were in the meeting, you know, everyone was picking their team, and I kind of got stuck. But, you know, I have a personal relationship with a coach by the name of Gus Bradley. And, Gus, you know I love you and everything you stand for. But I have to go with the Chargers because they were the hottest team in the second half. Phillip Rivers is back. Absolutely. You get your running game going. Yes, you had an injury in OTAs, but that defense, that's the key. To winning championships and getting to the second season, you have to have a great defense. You talk about Bosa, Ingram. You add Derwin James in the mix now. Both of your corners are locked down guys. You're talking about some guys that this defense can change the game in any way, shape, or form. You get the ball back to Phillip Rivers and Keenan Allen. We talked about it. He get that wop-wop every time. That's a touchdown.
People want to guard him.
I feel like minicamp was a great deed for me because just coming in, trying to learn a new system, and I feel like just getting the reps out there, you know, helped me a lot.
I'm going to go before minicamp. This dude is the top 5 pick. I know he went 17, but this dude...
Preach, Willie.
This dude plays in the box, hits like a linebacker. He covers like a cornerback.
Sideline to sideline. He can go sideline to sideline.
Man to man, and he's one of the best safeties in the game. He mentioned minicamp, like all the different things Gus Bradley is going to do with you. I know you're excited about this defense.
Super excited. Got a lot of dogs around me, so it's going to be fun this season.
You said they changed the system a little bit. Before they were a little plain Jane, but now that you got Jason back, you got Hayward on one side, they got you. They said we can open up our defense because we got a player like Derwin, DJ, that can do so many different things.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, I can come in, like you said, I know I can cover guys, I know I can hit, and I'm just trying to come in and do my job.
You say this defense has an attitude now.
Oh, yeah.
Explain what you meant by that, because I think I feel what you were saying, but I want to hear it come out your mouth.
I just say swag, man.
There you go.
I feel like we carry ourselves. We got a chip on our shoulder. And I feel like from the D-line to the secondary to the offense to the special teams, I feel like we just got a certain swag about us. And, you know, we're excited this year.
I heard a rumor. The first words wasn't mommy, it wasn't dada. It was football.
Ball.
It was ball.
Ball.
It was ball. So you're born for this. Like, you was made to do this. No matter what you went through, no matter what you came up through, you knew you was going to be
I knew I was going to be here. I worked hard and, you know, stayed in school and, you know, listened to what my parents taught me as a kid. I feel like I'll be here and the opportunity was here for me.
You had a lot of defense. You come from a school where a lot of defensive backs come out of Florida State. A lot of defensive backs. Prime being one of our guys.
You don't tell everybody.
You can just summarize it, DBU. DBU. You got to say a lot. You just say DBU. That's all you got to say.
Talk about some of the guys that's come before you and how they've helped you. Guys like Prime or Jalen Ramsey, even who you've had some playing time with.
Guys like Jalen, it's like big brother to me. Everybody know that. But, you know, he helped me a lot. We communicate, you know, every week about different stuff. So, you know, just having a guy like that in my corner is always great. You know, I heard from Prime a couple times, you know, coming out going to do his camp for him 1 year. And just getting advice and feedback from them, I feel like it's just a stepping stone for the guys that's coming after me. So, you know, just going forward.
Now, DJ, I saw you at the opening when you was with Nike and you was out there. You came back as a counselor with some of the younger DBs and some of the younger players.
Yeah.
You're a student of the game. Who do you pattern your game after, or who did you watch in college was like, I'm going to take that from him, I'm going to steal that from him, and I'm going to put it all in my game?
I say I took a lot from Earl Thomas, the guy you familiar with. I learned a lot from Earl, Landon Collins, guys like Sean Taylor, and just seeing those guys.
All the young guys say Sean Taylor.
Yep. Yeah, it's Sean, man. Of course, you got to be. I went to Florida State.
Stars on 3. 1, 2, 3, Chargers!
Let's go, D.
Yeah. Party!
Good. I like defense. Hey, listen, we got to get in the end zone. Shoot. Dadgummit. Hey, that was barely even anything now. Corner. Nice, Brian. Just put it on him. Is that a rugby ball? Up high, Gunner, up high. Yes, come on with it. Josh, straight. Josh, Brett, Brody. Josh, come here. Well, that's completely not rep etiquette. How we feel? Good? Brett, sit over the ball, fin to the flat, gaze on the shallow, trail and stop. Yeah! Hey, boy.
I remember rookie minicamp. He takes our poor right tackle, picks him up with one arm and sets him in my lap. I was like, oh my, yeah, you don't see that pass rush very many times in the Mountain West, So that was new for me. Khalil is somebody who is obviously freakishly gifted. Talented, strong, fast, explosive, all of those things. There are a lot of people that have those qualities. He takes those things and he outworks everybody. He knows formations and tendencies and route concepts. You get that from a middle linebacker like Kuechly and those guys. But to do it from a defensive end spot, he's calling out plays before they're even happening.
You coming back? Hey, sprint out.
He doesn't need to know those things, but he does. And when you get a guy that's that talented, has that kind of knack for the game, he's a walking Hall of Famer.
The 2016 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Raiders defensive end Khalil Mack, was almost as unstoppable in 2017.
And it was a Mack truck.
If he knows you're going to pass the ball, there's nobody in this league, no two guys in this league that can stop him at all. I mean, I've seen him throw a tight end off, run over a tackle, and then bring down the quarterback.
The Mack attack.
He's going to go around Shell and the chip block by Forte. That's incredible, beating two guys.
He's got the unique power that you always have to be aware against. So a little more heavy-footed, but then there's the speed, so you have to be more light-footed, so it's kind of like pick your poison.
Mack has such a great low center of gravity that when a tackle gets high on him trying to run backward, he always has the advantage.
Anytime you try to jump the guy, he's going to make you miss. One play they show a lot is the guy from Kansas City tackle. He gives him a little shake, the guy opens up his chest, tries to bare arm him, and just the long arm right into the back of the quarterback.
Look at Khalil Mack. He just pushed the former #1 pick, Eric Fisher, away.
And power, go down, son. I'm going to the quarterback. Oh, my goodness. How good is this guy?
He loves when people like to compare him. Oh, he's one of the best, those kind of things. He wants to be known as the best.
Hey, lay it on the line today.
He wants to dominate every matchup. He wants to dominate every game.
A game record and a game changer is Khalil Mack.
But he's never going to stop until he is the best.
Look at us. Nothing to see over there. Nothing to see over there. They'll be fine in September. Another team that you are obviously very well versed on is the Raiders, who wrapped up minicamp today, the first of the Gruden Take 2 era and the 5th year of the Derek Carr era. You were there for the last 3 years of that as a defensive backs coach, are obviously not there anymore, and that's not the only change that we have seen up in Oakland this offseason. A lot of changes. Big names gone, a lot of other big names in their place. Doug Martin, Martavis Bryant, Jordy Nelson, Derek Johnson on the defensive side of the ball. You have made some comments, Rod, that have led people to believe that you're not a huge fan of the changes that have gone on there in Oakland this offseason. Is that true?
No, I was only critical of when they said, Jordy Nelson's coming in, Crab is going out, and Jordy was going to replace Crab. And Jordy's been a great player when he was with Green Bay. My thing with Crab is that when Crab, in critical situation, Derek Carr went to one person. Yeah. He didn't throw the Coop. When he had to go down to the red zone, he had to sprint out. It was going to Crab because he has strong hands. He's going to catch. He has a little dog in him. He got him fired up on that side. I still think they have the, I think if you look at the West, you talk about the Chargers, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Oakland Raiders still play good football and get to the point where they can sneak into the playoffs.
Well, I mean, from what I have understanding of all the coaches that we play with that are still there, some of the guys that
all of you guys former Raiders.
Oh yeah, a bunch of my high school buddies are on the staff with you. Nick Holtz, Greg Olson's my neighbor. Yeah. Gruden moving the neighborhood. Don't change it. It's good, just fine, right where it is. They want to run the ball. They want to run the ball, and he hasn't had a quarterback like Derek Carr ever. And I think what we're saying that is Marshawn Lynch is going to be used heavily. Doug Martin's going to be used heavily. They're going to run the ball and try to throw the ball in certain situations and limit his exposure. I think Derek Carr's seen too much exposure throwing the ball. There was times when we played where he threw the ball 50 times in the game. That's too much. You need to balance that out and make it kind of like what Drew Brees and the Saints have done this past year, where they ran the ball more. And then when you need Drew Brees to make that throw, his arm's not dead and he can go out there and do it.
Well, one thing I like what Coach Gruden did, man. Last year, all the talk was bad guys in the locker room. It's destroying the team. It's destroying the young players. They're not showing the young players the right way. So you bring in a Jordy Nelson. You bring in a Derek Johnson, guys that are proven leaders, veterans in this league, know the right way, know how to do it, know how to lead these young guys. They might not give you the stats they gave you in the past, but they're going to bring these young guys on. Maybe Jordy can help a Coop elevate his game to the next level. And then I hear everybody run.
That's what's gonna happen.
But you got a guy like Derek Carr at center that can sling the ball all over the field. And you have Coop, you have Jordy, you have Martavis Bryant, you got Greg Olson's offense, who he was in as a rookie, so he's super comfortable. He knows all the checks. I mean, you got OTAs. Right. He's probably just getting in where he fit in. Offense is coming back to him. I can see them throwing this ball all over the field because every coach want to run it. You know what I mean? Until you get in there a couple of times and you like, the run ain't working. Then you slang it all over the field. I've been there with Coach Mike McCarthy. He'd come in the meeting like, look, we going to run it this amount of times. And then next thing you know, we slanging the ball all over the field. When you got a guy like that, it's hard to just stay with the run.
And I look at this football team, and last year they only scored 18 points a game for their offense. They're better than that.
Absolutely.
They're going to be more like they were 2 years ago, scoring almost 26 points a game. Yeah. At the end of the day, I still want to I hope the defense progresses. If the defense progresses, they can surprise a lot of people in the West.
Do they have the guys there to progress?
I believe they do. They got rid of a lot of the corners. They got some veteran guys in. The safeties are all still there. They got some linebackers that are leaders. Khalil Mack, one of the better players. You got Bruce coming off the other side. They have players there. All the pieces are there. They're going to play a lot better than they did than last year.
Thursday, June 14th, here's what's trending in the NFL on the last day of off-season workouts. A team that chose to forego that final practice in order to take a field trip to the future. This is the Rams getting off the bus in Inglewood, where they visited the Los Angeles Stadium and Entertainment District, where Jared Goff hopes to be throwing touchdowns as soon as 2020. In the meantime, he threw to construction workers there today. Pretty cool thing for the people who are working really hard to get that stadium up and running in time for them to take the field when they intended to. Not with the team, as has been the case all offseason. Aaron Donald, who is holding out but still working out in slow motion, as you see, posted this on Instagram today. While the Patriots posted this about their quarterback, who also stayed away from their workouts this week, choosing to golf instead with Ricky Fowler and Phil Mickelson ahead of the U.S. Open, which started today. Fowler's assessment of the quarterback as a golfer, by the way.
He will.
Is this a case of him doing that, or are the two of them legitimately fine?
I would say in a family atmosphere, you will fight. You will argue, you will disagree. But at the end of the day, they understand that they both need each other. They both play a part in the entire Patriots organization, the things that has been going on. Brady is smart. He is calculated. He will not put things out there to be a distraction. That is not what he's ever going to do. He's never done that in the past. But I will say that there's things that has taken place probably that he probably didn't agree with, that Bill and Brady need to sit down and talk about. And if you're in a relationship for a long period of time, Those things are going to happen. But you have to work them out because Mr. Kraft, Bill Belichick, and Tom Brady both understand that when everything's together, they're pretty good. It's a pretty good working relationship.
When you're called the greatest quarterback of all time by just about every sports writer, can you allow yourself to internally interpret what that means to be the best quarterback of all time?
I don't like it. I don't like when people say it.
And you don't like that?
No, I don't like it at all.
Why?
Well, I don't feel that way. You know, I'm not attached to that feeling. You know, I don't care whether people think that or not. You know, I want to be the best I can be.
With Mike, Rob, and Willie, you guys just heard Brady say he doesn't like being called the GOAT, the greatest of all time, that he doesn't feel that way. Willie, you know your former teammate all too well. Is he sincere when he says this?
He is keeping it 100. all the way. I would say this.
Yeah, baby. Look at that TFL kid.
His 4.5 sacks were below his average, but he drew attention wherever he lined up. And he was rarely far from the ball.
Looking, getting pressure, and Ndamukong Suh knocked the ball off of the backside. Being chased, and they got him. And Ndamukong Suh and Cam Wake sandwiched him.
They're going to look to you and turn to you every time.
Suh, I think he's an animal, man. You have to double team him every play. You don't have two guys on him, he's going to be in your backfield. That's why he's who he is. He's one of the most dominant defensive guys I done played with.
The guys he's played against have something in common. They know what it feels like.
You feel a certain jolt every time I've played him, the way he gets off the ball. Few guys I've noticed have a better pop at the line of scrimmage than Ndamukong Suh.
You don't want to go up against this guy one-on-one. Like just any type of solo block, man. He's just gonna go right through your chest.
His power and explosion for a big man inside is special. And if you're ever in a bad position or ever have bad leverage on this guy, he can knock you back past the quarterback, much less into him.
Boy, be out there snatching the ball. Let me hold on, man. Oh, wait, watch out. I don't need you taking mine.
I think he's one of the best. Definitely top three. I'll put him up there. Him, Casey, Jalen, and Pat P is probably my top guys.
The thing about Akeem that I really think separates him is his competitive nature.
No missed tackles. Not on Eli. Let's go.
Being a smaller receiver going against Talib is obviously tough because he has long arms. It's always business. It's always competing, trying to outdo each other.
Be focused. Be sharp, baby.
There ain't no buddy until after the game.
Akeem Talib went at Michael Crabtree.
Everybody hated him. He used to say he was dirty, he was this, he was that. But he brought that swagger that you want.
Hey, nice and neat tackles, man.
For years, Talib has partnered with the 86th ranked player, Chris Harris Jr., to form arguably the NFL's best cornerback tandem.
You feel me? Big time, that's what we do.
After being traded to the Rams, Talib will now line up across from the 79th ranked player, former Chief Marcus Peters.
It won't be my first time changing teams. I'm a social butterfly, you know what I'm saying? So
it seemed like wherever he's been, he's playing at a high level. That's a guy that definitely worthy of being a #1 corner in top 100.
Hey, it wasn't good enough. It was ugly. But we'll take it, though.
I'm a big fan of top 100, man. I always tune in every week. It means a lot being voted on by your peers, having your name in their mouth when you talk about top 100, man. That's a special list of guys, so.
AP, how are you more protected not being here from fans showing up and things like that? I mean, you seem pretty...
I'm not protected. You know, you guys put pressure on me every day. You guys write about me every day. You guys, you know, there's always pressure. You know, I can't seem to get away from the pressure.
I'm sorry, don't you put pressure on yourself though, AB? I mean, you talk about that a lot.
Yeah, but not the pressure you guys put on me. You know, I'm not writing about where I'm at, what I'm doing, making up stories, asking my teammates stuff they got to answer for. You know, I'm here and I don't want to throw it back us. You know, we got a rookie quarterback here. Where's the respect? But, you know, no one cares about, you know, what they write about and what they say about people. You know, I'm just left to deal with it.
Can you explain, though, why the Arians thing bubbled up now after he's been gone for so long? And do you still resent the whole 2 dogs, 1 bone thing with Mike?
No, I don't resent anything. You know, it's just a form of football that, you know, I think people don't get a chance to understand. You know, I think people go write stories about me, and they wonder why he didn't play his rookie year, why he didn't play this year, or what may be the case, what may have you, you know. But as a player, I think you got to start expressing those things that year by year that you go through to get them out your head. You know, I think the more you bottle stuff up and you're not aware of expressing yourself, that's when these players have problems. You know, but we ain't talking about the players who don't play anymore, the guys who can't remember anything because, you know, their whole career they was taught, you know, to hold stuff in. You know, I think we can't really express ourselves at this level. You guys make the headlines. You guys ask me about Le'Veon. Oh, what do you do for a contract? What do you think you should do? I just say, yeah, sure, to work out. Now you guys write the article to say AB says he want Le'Veon to show up. So it's constantly pressure, you know, it's constantly under the scrutiny of pressure of you guys putting me under pressure. And it's like, you know, am I really free? You know, what am I playing this game for? To acquire records for who? You know, when I'm done playing, no one gonna remember what my stats was in 2016 or what my stat was in 2015. So, you know, those are the things I gotta clear my mind for getting away from the game because, you know, a lot of issues this game present that you guys ain't really covering and no one not saying anything about. You know, I'm just left to deal with the madness from my house of what you guys make up and create. And it's like no one even cares.
Is this something that you just want to get out? Are you just venting? You feel any
No,
bitterness
I'm just taking the facts. You know, I don't bitter no one. I'm blessed. I'm healthy. You know, I'm living out my dreams. But I'm just stating the reality. You know, you guys make up pressure and put pressure on guys like myself. And it's like, it's not fair. You know, you asking my teammates when I'm out trying to get my mind right, trying to come here and do my job well. You guys asking my teammates why I'm not here, and you guys making up stories to ask these guys stuff that they shouldn't even be dealing with. But, you know, that's the pressure of being a professional athlete. You know, everyday scrutiny, everyday pressure. And, you know, it's hard to be free.
I'm going to stop the run for sure, as well in the pass game. And I mean, I just try to use my ability to the best as I can to, you know, make plays wherever. I feel comfortable playing inside, middle. That's where I played these last 4 years. I think it's definitely a place where I can come compete, but I have to be ready for it. Especially being from LA where, you know, they have a good fan base of Oakland Raider fans. I think that the silver and the black is going to be something special.
How are you feeling physically? Where do you feel that you're at?
I feel like I'm back. I got like a long time to recover, and just working with my teammates to get my mental back right. That's really what I'm trying to do.
How difficult was that whole process last year, sitting out dealing with those injuries and not being able to play?
It was real difficult because I've never been hurt, so that was like the first time I've really been hurt where I missed time. Like I said, mentally, that's just like the hardest thing, really. But I feel like I've got my confidence back, and I feel good.
Aaron, you come into this year feeling almost like this is your rookie year, or did you learn a lot last year even when you couldn't play?
I mean, I feel like it's still my rookie year because I didn't play a lot, but like I learned a lot mentally, and I feel like it's my second year, like mentally, just knowing like the game and like all the logistics, but like physically, I feel like it's my rookie year again because I didn't play a lot.
Observation of the whole vibe here with the new coaching staff and just kind of the direction that they're going.
They're all in, and there's no blaming and complaining or anything. We handle ours and take responsibility for everything and hold everybody accountable to the highest standard.
After seeing a team last year that had been in the playoffs the year before wind up going 6-10 and kind of, you know, not just finish anywhere near what they wanted to be, did you learn from that too?
Yeah, definitely. Just seeing the way, like, the whole thing was just set up, like, it wasn't how we are now. People weren't all together as one. Everybody was, like, kind of just in their own lane. Like, I feel like we're all in one lane right now. I mean, I'm not worried about it. Of course, taking into account, like, I have a chip on my shoulder. I don't really try to prove people wrong, though. I'm really, like, worried about myself and, like, getting back mentally.
You guys brought some vets in and Hall and Melvin and Gilchrist. What's your first impression of those guys? What have they brought to the mix this year?
They bring a lot to it. They're all in. Like I said, like, we all are on the same page. And when you're all on the same page and you can talk to people, like, we talk about football on and off the field. Like
regular conversation. And when you're always talking about things to get better, like you always like have that teammate that you can talk to about anything, like personal and on the football level. It just like elevates your game.
If there's anything we've ever done that I'm particularly proud of, I would have to say that the perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders, to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
I'm going to tell you something, man. If you guys don't know how big a win that was, you'll know tomorrow. It's a hell of a win. It's a team effort. Offense, defense, special teams. Now, the effort was outstanding. It's outstanding.